Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Calamity here, bringing you another episode of the Anything Goes podcast. Today we don't have a whole lot of news, um, a decent amount. Most of it, again, is going to be entertainment news, and we are going to be jumping around this week because uh, there was mainly, like I said, a lot more entertainment news, but we're going to be jumping around a little bit. Um, so here we go. First bit of news is from entertainment. It is about a possibility of Happy Gilmore 2 coming out. Adam Sandler and Christopher McDonald, who played Shooter McGavin in that movie, are both open to returning for Happy Gilmore 2, and they want to face off in a senior tour. So I think that'd be very funny and very interesting for them to do. Then we have Rachel Zegler from West Side Story has been cast in Shazam: Fury of the Gods, which is the sequel to Shazam that came out a few years ago, actually. And we had a first look at Michael C. Hall as Dexter for Season 9 of Dexter. I can't wait for that. Dexter was one of my favorite shows. Very disappointed with how that ended. And can't wait for Season 9 to officially come out. And he looks, if you've seen Dexter and saw how it ended, he looks the exact same, which is perfect. I know it was probably kind of hard for them to make him look the same as when the show ended, I believe, a while ago, like 8 years ago, I think. I could be wrong. And then we have Zack Snyder's Justice League is reportedly 4 hours, 1 minute, and 28 seconds. It's a long-ass movie, but it's probably going to be better than the original Justice League, which is good, but then again, this movie has no ties to the DCEU, which makes no sense. But anyway, a couple bit of Marvel news here. Robert Downey Jr. said never say never on possibly returning as Iron Man, which I kind of have mixed feelings about because, I mean, he's dead. How are you going to bring him back other than like flashbacks and stuff like that? Also, I really want Iron Man to come back, so it's kind of, I don't know. It's bittersweet, but I don't think they should bring him back, I guess, is what I'm getting at. He was perfect for Iron Man. He finished his story as Iron Man. He's dead. There should be no coming back, in my opinion. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will start filming this year, along with, along with Blade. Blade and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will start filming later this year. We also have Ms. Marvel is in its last week of filming. We have Melissa McCarthy will play fake Hela in Thor: Love and Thunder. She's joining Matt Damon and Sam Neill, who are reprising their roles as fake Loki and fake Odin. I forget who played Thor, and I'm kind of disappointed I forget who did that. But they're all going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder, so looks like they're setting up a play scene, kind of like in, was it Ragnarok or the Dark World? I think it was the Dark World, where Matt Damon was playing Loki, Sam Neill was playing Odin. They had a whole thing of recounting what happened. So it looks like they're going to have sort of a comedy presence in there for that play. That looks like it's going to happen. Then we have, let's see, we will learn more about Sam Wilson's story in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, says Sam Wilson actor Anthony Mackie. So that'll be kind of cool to see some of his backstory, and seeing him and Bucky interacting with each other for the entire show will be very interesting and very funny, I feel like. We also have Chloe Zhao, I think is how you say her name. She's the first Asian woman to win Golden Globe for Best Director for Nomadland, and her next film is The Eternals, so setting up that movie to be a great movie, which I think it will be. Let's see here, what else we got? We have Black Adam starts filming next month. That looks like it'll be an interesting movie. I'm excited to see The Rock with his his first DC appearance. I think that's all the entertainment news. We have some high school basketball news with just one player, which of course he's going to make headlines and some news. LeBron James' son, suffers a torn meniscus at a practice and will have immediate surgery, so he will be probably done for the season, I would think. No timetable was set for his return or anything, so I'm assuming that's a season-ending injury. Jason Tatum replaces Kevin Durant as a starter for the All-Star game. Really excited for that. It's unfortunate for KD, but very fortunate for Jason Tatum, and I can't wait to see Jason Tatum start in the All-Star game. Joakim Noah retires after a 14-year career. Kind of makes sense. I mean, I think the last I heard of him, he was on the Grizzlies, and I think they released him or they cut him, which is unfortunate. I really liked Joakim Noah. I liked him when he played for Florida. Liked him when he was on the Bulls. Just a very... He had a... It was kind of a short career, I want to say, because I mean, I know it's 14 years, but I don't know. It didn't seem like it was actually that long. So I feel like, I mean, he had a good run with Derrick Rose on the Bulls, with him and Carlos Boozer and all those guys on the Bulls that they had for a while. But kind of it seemed like a short career, even though it was 14 years. The Hawks fired their coach, Lloyd Pierce. Interesting move for them. I believe they've hired an interim head coach off their staff, I believe. The NBA three-point contest participants will be Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Zach LaVine, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Donovan Mitchell. So what I find kind of weird in this, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm just assuming that their three-point shooting isn't that good, but I can see Steph Curry, Devin Booker, and maybe Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, I just said his name really fucked up. But Zach LaVine, Jaylen Brown, and Donovan Mitchell, to me, seem like they should just be in the dunk contest, not three-point contest. Because I feel like, I could be wrong, but I feel like those players they're not known for their three-point shooting. So maybe that's where I'm coming in with that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe their three-point percentage is actually really good, and it's just gone unnoticed by me. I don't know. But again, another thing with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in it. So I think it's a two-horse race. I think it's going to be either Steph Curry or Devin Booker. If I had to put money on it, I'd probably put Curry to win. But my hope is that Jason Tatum wins. I don't see that happening. I know Jason Tatum is a really, really good scorer. He's just not a shooter, if that makes sense. We actually do have a couple more I keep saying couple more bits, like whatever. Things on entertainment. So we have Joseph, I'm going to mess up his name. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I believe is how you say his name. He will play Jiminy Cricket in Disney's live-action Pinocchio. Interesting. And Obi-Wan Kenobi is rumored to appear in Andor, which is another Star Wars series. So that'll be interesting. Let me just see if I got all that news. Yep, I believe we did. So there goes all of that. Now, we have some... Actually, there's one bit of baseball news. Jackie Bradley Jr., former Red Sox, signs with the Milwaukee Brewers. So sad to see JBJ go. I really liked him as a defensive player in center field, but I get where they were coming from, where the Red Sox probably didn't have enough money to bring him back, or didn't want to bring him back. I kind of see why. I mean, he went through some hitting slumps that were horrible, and for a long period of time. But his defensive presence, man, you can't really replace that. I mean, he's crazy on defense. But He's with the Brewers now. I hope he does well. They'll probably do better than the Red Sox, but they probably won't make the playoffs, honestly, because their division's pretty stacked as well. But I will definitely keep my eye on him, see how well he does this year. Fortunately for the Red Sox, they've kind of disbanded since they last won the World Series in 2018. So it's kind of disappointing for me, but the Red Sox do have some bright stars coming up in their ranks. Bobby Dahlbeck is one of them. I really hope he does well. I think he will. He's already hit a home run in spring training, which they just started like yesterday, so he's doing pretty good already. Now we get into some Call of Duty news / esports news, and the first thing right off the bat is actually happened yesterday. Call of Duty professional player Scump, he becomes the first esports athlete to sign with glasses company Oakley, which I love Oakleys. But very cool to see esports athletes get these type of not contracts, but sponsorships. I guess it is a contract he signed. So that was very cool, and it was just a very cool showing. I didn't even know he was into glasses, but well, I guess I could see that he is. I love Oakleys. I have one pair, but I use them for baseball, which I haven't played baseball in quite a while now. Kind of want to get back into it a little bit. I just don't know where or how, especially right now with COVID going on. I don't really know how that's going to work. And then we go into the COD. The first major for Call of Duty is happening this week. It started yesterday with 2 matches. It was between the Toronto Ultra and the London Royal Ravens. They were elimination games. There was that game, and then there was Florida Mutineers against Seattle Surge. Ultra beat London, and Florida beat Seattle. So they go on to continue in the tournament. Toronto plays Minnesota, and Florida plays Paris. So Florida came out crazy, man. Like, they were all gunning. Every single map, just destroying people. And that was crazy. Like, I've never seen people get kills like that. I mean, Skies, he went on like was it 12-0 or 11-0, and then he got team killed, unfortunately, which stopped his streaks and everything. But, I mean, he could have got a nuke, probably. He was going off. Florida, to me, shouldn't have been in that, but somehow they were. They're still in the elimination bracket, so if they lose a game, they're done. But we have 4 games today that start. Actually, it starts right now. First game is the LA Thieves versus the LA Guerrillas, so battle for LA there. We got Chicago Optic against the New York Subliners. I think I'll go over my thoughts after I announce all the games. Then we have Paris versus Florida and Minnesota versus Toronto. So my predictions are for today's games are, I'm going to say the Thieves beat the Guerrillas 3-2. I'm going to say Chicago beats New York 3-2. I'm going to say Florida beats Paris 3-1. And I'm going to say Minnesota beats Toronto 3-2. So a lot of 3-2s today. But that's how, I think that they're all going to be close games. Now, I don't know if anyone will get eliminated. Maybe Paris and Minnesota, because they're playing Florida and Toronto, and I know they were in the elimination side. I don't know how that works. The bracket's kind of set up a little weird, so I don't know how it really works. But this is the first major of the year for COD. Kind of excited to see who will win, who will lose. I don't know, man. I want to say Chicago because they're my favorite, but the way Florida was playing, man, they're scary. They're a scary team. And even New York. New York could win against Chicago, honestly, if Clayster goes off, which he definitely has the ability to. But I just think Chicago has too much talent against New York. Not to say New York isn't talented, because they are, obviously, but I think, again, I want Chicago to win. Do I think they'll win? They definitely have a possibility of winning, but they're going to have to beat Florida. They're going to have to beat Dallas, who we haven't even talked about yet. They're going to have to beat FaZe, potentially, who they lost to. So, I mean, they definitely have their work cut out for them, just like any other team. I mean, this year has been very stacked with talent because it's 4v4, not 5v5, so you got to get rid of some players. Every team did, and it's a crazy year. We got new players that are coming out and doing crazy stuff, which mainly the new players are on Florida that's going off, to be completely honest. So it'll be interesting, but I think Chicago or Florida takes it, in my opinion. Or, oh man, I'm going to have to pick one because I can't go with three. I want to say FaZe too. If I'm going to pick one, I'm going to say Florida. But I hope Chicago wins, and I think that FaZe are right there too. I think Dallas is close, but that loss to Minnesota definitely didn't look very good. So, and they had a close game against, was it New York? Yeah, it was Clayster's return, which of course Clayster's going to go off, but that they had to make a comeback in that game. So I think they're I think Dallas and Chicago are kind of like right there, and then you have Atlanta and Florida. I know Florida's kind of had, actually I'll say Atlanta, Florida, Chicago, Dallas are right there. That's kind of how I'm thinking of it. Now again, I'm a fan of Optics, so I'm gonna root for them any way I can. But I think Florida has the best chance of winning just because of how they're playing right now. Their team's gelling, and I think they take it, but I'm hoping Chicago does. And I also think FaZe has a chance. So it's pretty much, I think, the whole team, every team's going to win. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I don't. But yeah, that's it for this week's news. If there's any, oh no, it's not. That's not it. I almost did it again. 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. I almost did it. We got to talk about WandaVision. What am I doing? So, WandaVision episode 8 came out last week. We got 9 coming out tomorrow. Very excited for it. 8, there was a lot to talk about. We got more backstory for Agatha, or Agnes, as some people probably call her by, which I'm probably going to call her by both from now on. We got some backstory for her. It looks like she was around during the Salem witch trials, kind of. She was with other witches, and they were trying to, looked like kill her. I don't technically know, but why, I don't know. They said something about her not knowing how to control her powers, and she was trying to get taught her powers from her mother, but she ended up being so powerful that she killed all of them that were trying to kill her. So that was interesting. And we got some backstory into Wanda, because she took Wanda back in time to revisit each moment in her life. So we saw her parents killed. We saw the experiments that they ran on her at Hydra. We saw a couple intimate moments with Vision when she was locked up in the Avengers Tower for a while. I think during Civil War, I think. And obviously Vision's, we didn't really see Vision's death, but we got there. And we also saw that Sword was trying to bring back Vision. There's a lot of stuff going on. And it looks like Wanda had her powers from a very young age. And she's what made, because it showed a Stark bomb land in her living room pretty much, killing her parents, but it didn't go off. It didn't explode. And I think they're suggesting that her powers back then made it so the bomb didn't go off. She made the bomb not go off and save her and her brother. So that's how that happened. And then when she was introduced to the scepter, is that how you say it? From Loki that he had in the first Avengers, it kind of brought those powers out, because no one really saw what happened to her in Hydra other than her. It was weird. It was if you guys saw the show, which hopefully you did, because this is major spoilers if you haven't. You know what I'm talking about. And then we see. I'm trying to remember everything. And then we see Vision at the end in the credits, I believe. His former body has been made into a new one, I think. I don't know, but he's completely white, which he looks cool. I like that new look. But is it actually Vision? And is that the cameo that everyone was talking about? Because Paul Bettany saying, I think he was trolling people because he actually did come out and say too, like, people are going to be disappointed when they find out it was me and that was the cameo. Although I don't think that's true. I feel like there's still a cameo that's going to happen tomorrow night, and everyone's going to be blown, or tomorrow I should say. Everyone's going to be blown away by it, and I still am sticking to my guns and thinking that it's going to be Doctor Strange. But I could be wrong, man. He could be right in saying that it is him technically. So you'll see two visions. But I want to say that it could be Ultron in Vision's new body, because Ultron technically is still out there. I don't know. They could go many ways with it. Who knows what way they're going to go with it. I guess we'll all find out tomorrow. I usually don't watch it until, I know it comes out like pretty early in the morning, I think, because Disney releases it at like 3 a.m. or something crazy. But I don't usually watch it until like 5 or 6 at night, because I wait for my wife. We watch it together. Surprisingly, she's into it. I'm okay with it, though. So I don't even go on Twitter until after I've watched it that day. So it's going to be crazy. And I don't think they're going to have a season 2. I think they've said there's nothing saying that they're having a season 2 definitively, but there's also nothing saying that they're not definitively having a season 2. I don't think they will, because the events of this is supposed to tie into Doctor Strange 2. So, and then that's supposed to tie into Spider-Man 3 and whatever. So I don't think they're going to have a season 2. And I also don't think they're going to have a season 2 of the Falcon and Winter Soldier, because I think those will go into a movie eventually at some point. So yeah, that was WandaVision episode 8. I'm excited for 9. Hopefully you guys are too. And hopefully we're not disappointed with the cameo that Paul Bettany was talking about, and hopefully it's not himself. So, with that said, I will see you guys next week. I hope you guys enjoyed. Should be same time next week, unless something comes up, but I don't see anything coming up. So, yeah. So I will see you guys next time. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. See you later.